Hello, my lovely viewers.
You've heard of cookie questions. Now get ready for cookie questions time. Yeah. All right. What is your favorite and least favorite thing about this cookie?
Well, I'll
You,
say these cookies are great. I mean, I like sugary cardboard with over icing as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
But I on the tier list of cookies, and we've debated this in the past, as Jay might have shown, they are just probably near the bottom for me personally. I would say that it goes sugar cookies. No, let's go oatmeal raisin and like any oatmeal no bake cookie, sugar cookies, pecan sandies, and these icing cookies are like kind of in the same bottom tier for me. Like, so just the way it is. And if you know what, if it was something that made me feel like I wanted to jog after, like if it didn't have the effect of eating maple syrup on a meatloaf, then I might eat these cookies more. But like my body just doesn't appreciate it, and like my brain associates it with Walmart and gas stations. So it just doesn't have a good rep for me. I didn't want to debate it as much as Jay, but you know what? I'm here to give my take. And Jay is the type of guy that will walk up to a diabetic and tell him he has a bad take for not wanting to eat these icing filled cookies. That's my side.
wait, hold on.
Bam, you got
are
served. Now,
generally
Jay, let's hear your
wait,
side of the story.
Wait, I actually feel bad now. Like, are you generally diabetic?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, in that
But
case,
no.
I'm gonna say you have a skill issue because you have that kind of sensation, and also I like it because it makes you feel full. You want food to make you feel full, and it's nice and soft, and I like my cookies soft.
All
Now,
right.
now I will admit a hot gooey cookie is pretty good once in a while, and sometimes better, but which is my kind of least favorite part, but otherwise, this cookie's peak, so I can't really say too much about it being bad, so yeah.
Is it peak though? 'Cause I feel like there's like if there were a mountain of cookies and the peak were obviously the top, I think that you would have these boys, and Oreos aren't even my favorite, but these boys would be below Oreos even. Like they would be
Look,
like halfway down the
look,
mountain at least. Like, I
look,
don't know if they're
look,
peak.
look, when I say peak, I say if you have a Mount Rushmore of cookies, this is on it.
I just can't. I can't coincide to that. I can't agree. I can't see the same way. So if there's a Mount Rushmore between, since we have a judge here, if there's a Mount Rushmore between the three of us here, and that means what? Top five cookies, top five things to represent cookies as a whole, right? Are we
Yep.
really putting the sugar cookies with a pound of icing on them? Like, look, I like 7 Up, right? I'm drinking 7 Up Tropical right now. Would I
Indeed.
rather have a better like soda? Yeah. But like I'll eat a sugar-filled cookie, like cardboardy-esque dry cookie once in a while. But like I'll eat them. It's just not my preference. Like I'll take,
Yeah,
especially
well,
you even said it earlier, and I'll give you this, Jay. Like you actually said something that I can agree with, where a miracle, but we're like, yeah,
yeah,
a
no,
oozy, like soft, like fresh
yeah.
baked cookie at home. That's like that is peak. That is a peak cookie.
That is up there in the Mount Rushmore as well, for me. But
It's
also
like
the process.
it's like the George Washington. Like, but this cookie
Plus,
isn't even close.
You gotta have, yeah. We need a deeper look into your views. So summon your supporting allies. Jay, I'll go with you first.
okay, I call Omar!
Omar to the stand. Let's get Omar in here.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your view on these cookies as you are Jay's supporting ally?
Oh, well, I did the math and hold on, wait. Okay.
Oh,
Hatsune
So
Miku, we got Hatsune Miku in the house. All right, everybody, we got a celebrity. Okay,
Celebrity
here we go.
support!
yeah, so I did do the math. It has been like 4 years since I last had one of these cookies. But, I do remember that they tasted quite nicely. Like, yeah, I would absolutely
It's as they
divulge
say,
in
the
that
memory
experience again
fades.
if given the opportunity.
Well,
Hmm.
I'll take that. I'm not quite thrown off. 4 years
I
or something, you know, I'm saying. I've actually, I will say, although I'm here debating the side of like, these cookies are beneath mid, I have eaten these cookies like at least twice or more in the last year. But the ones I've had are from like a local
Hey, there we go.
bakery.
My point made. I win.
Hold on. We still have more witnesses. Hang on now. Hold on. All
We
right.
still have more people to call to the stand.
Yes.
In fact,
So, Sam,
we have
now it is
Drew.
your turn to call somebody to the stand.
I'm gonna call my Kooky partner, which, by the way, guys, check out Kooky Crew YouTube channel. We have a lot of game discussion and stuff like this. Not quite as silly, but stuff like this.
This game was fun.
I'm gonna call my partner Drew to the stand.
When I taste the sweet, decadent goodness of Lofthouse cookies, I feel I am transported to a sugary wonderland full of cartoon kart racers trying to murder each other with turtle shells. As the sweet, pasty frosting melts in my mouth, I marvel at the culinary ingenuity of mankind to come up with this delicious, delectable dessert.
I do want to say, Drew, like I was really hoping to get some like fatherly perspective here and be like, these are not the best, but like I have fond memories. I feel like you could have like hammered down a bit on the cookie part. It was just nothing but like fond memories. But I will say that's the thing, right? I've eaten these cookies a couple times in the past year. I just can't. I can't. If I have nothing else, and like I like sugary cookies, I just don't really want to eat one that like if I have two, I feel like I've like sinned, like sort of deal. So like it's just
But
not my
here's the
favorite
thing,
cookie.
though. But here's the thing, though. If you had them, would you feel nostalgic and like it would bring back a simpler time for you? Like kind of like that one
I
scene in
will say
Ratatouille. Guy eats the thing. He's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
not quite that, but like I will say like when I was a kid, I think it might be why I'm like not the biggest fan. Maybe because like we would go to like this like gas station that had like a local like they did like coffee and like cookies that like they made there and like they had these massive.
And you know what else is massive?
No.
Versions. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them, like in cellophane or whatever. Cookies with like sprinkles and icing, kind of the same thing. But like to a kid, and you guys probably test this, it looks freaking amazing. Like it's like a colorful like Mona Lisa of cookie.
Yeah.
It's all like the overactive colors and like it looks delicious. And it's like put that in my mouth now. It sounds bad out of context, but anyway. But yeah,
All
like,
right.
I'll put that out of context.
they're great. Like, but like, so like I would eat like a lot of it and not ever finish like the massive cookie and like feel sick almost every time. But I would still, it took me a lot of attempts to
Feel
learn
issue
that.
again. Sorry.
I tried many times. This is a kid saying, and then I was just like, I grew up and like my mom didn't always make cookies from scratch, but I think this is something we can agree on. Like when my mom did every so often, and you probably might have had this experience or just buy the like dough from the store, like that is like the best cookie. Like I think probably ever. Like if it's just a baked at home
Yep.
like cookie, you just can't beat it.
Judge
Honestly,
agrees. Yes.
I'm
that could
snooty
be our
with cookies.
kumbaya moment. But this is a debate, though. Unfortunately,
Well, we're supposed
there is
to
no
end with a
kumbaya
kumbaya
in
moment. We're supposed to end this with a kumbaya moment. At least that's my will here. Like,
can kumbaya after you admit that these cookies aren't that bad.
well,
All right, now
if
hold
you
on,
admit-
hold on.
if you admit
Wait,
that,
wait. I think the judge has another question for us.
go
No, I
ahead.
don't have a question, but I was just going to say,
Oh.
do you have any more closing statements? Because this will be the last question. So just get your closing statements in right now before I make my decision as the judge. So yes, that's
These cookies are flavored sugar. Like these are sugar cookies. Like these are sugar on sugar with icing and sugar.
I'm watering
So
at the
like,
mouth right now.
so like at this
The
point, it's
same-
like read the ingredients on one of these cookies, and then read the
It's-
ingredients on like chocolate chip cookies with like eggs, butter, sugar, flour, milk. Dunzo chocolate chips. Read the ingredients on these artificial boys. And that's all I'll say. And then the only other thing, I will admit that they're not in the top 5 cookies. Then I will admit that they're at least above mid and like edible at best. Like they're good sometimes.
I appreciate you trying to settle on an agreement here, but I think the only way we could settle is if I could put some of your cookies into Mount Rushmore, because you have to consider this PowerPoint I made.
This is in my favor. This is in my favor right now from what I can deduce.
So you see you have Chips Ahoy and Nutter Butters here.
Empty, by the
right?
way. But yeah.
And yeah, the displays are cool, but the thing is, as you can see, the Chips Ahoy and Nutter Butters are even here too, because I guess Oreo got the rights to them. And yeah,
They're
these are
empty.
cool displays. But the thing is, Lofthouse doesn't need them because they know you just don't want to waste your time looking for them. And it's kind of impressive that they
That's for
don't
sure.
need these to last that long, you know? Like, they've been lasting all this time. Like,
I'm good with these
seriously.
statements. I'm right there with you, Jay. I'm right there with you.
Yep.
Why would I look for
And
them?
they also accommodate nut allergies, because some people cannot have nuts. And it's just a growing allergy, you know, in America. So that's
Nothing
cool.
nothing natural in it at all. It's all artificial. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry your pretty little head.
Lab-made cookies.
There's nothing organic in this cookie.
Also,
Nothing from the
also
world.
to plug something of mine, I left Twitter. Now what? There's a video up there where I show a Reddit meme that had lots of attention, but this is that same meme on other platforms. Look how positive it got. That's like good reception right there. Like, that is amazing. So
Objection. Is this
even the
Reddit?
online
Objection. Is this Reddit?
It is Reddit. It is Reddit.
Invalidated.
Look, one is iFunny, then the other one's some random ass website I found.
Random ass website. I don't know if that's a reliable source. I'm not sure, buddy.
Looks like a moment where
I
he's
thought
gonna
you were
have to
gonna be
strike
neutral,
the.
Mr. Judge. Why are
I'm
you?
considering all sides. I'm considering all sides.
He has to
Hold on.
strike
Now
the
hold
ladle
on.
of justice. He serves the ladle of justice.
Serving it like I'm mixing cookies. Yes. Okay.
Well, you know what? To end it off, this. They say, why is it so good? And it explains the texture, the flavor, the frosting, moisture, sweetness.
And it also says, Jay, is frosted cookies indica or sativa? So, what are we? This is AI overviews. What are we doing here?
Well, look. We don't acknowledge that bit. We acknowledge the bit that this is the first thing that popped up. This is the first thing that popped up.
Like, this is for sure nice, like, non-gritty. I do like my cookies non-gritty. But, like, I will say, like, if you pull up the ingredients right now and compare it to, like, a chocolate chip cookie, enough said. You make some fair points about them being at least mid-range, but like that's the thing. I feel like we can agree on at least this, right? Like I love cookies. I'm a big cookie guy, and like we both can acknowledge that these cookies are okay. Like, but like I just feel like we both can also acknowledge that there are indeed better cookies.
Look. I 100% agree that, like, nothing will beat a fresh cookie. So we could see eye to eye on that. But, Sam, you do know we're just being cringe for the bit. Like, it isn't really that deep. That said, though, since this is the internet, I will crash out. What the hell? Why did you do that? Anyway, that's all.
All right, order. All right. After hearing the closing debates, I, as the judge, come to the decision that, frankly, I have celiac and I can't even fucking eat these cookies. I can't eat cookies at all. So there's no point in me being the judge.
Thanks.
I'm out of here, guys. Out of here.
Oh, brother, this is dumb!
Now what?
Guys, do the Mario.
Who won? Who's next? You decide. care and don't die.